Oh, this is working, yeah. Oh, here we go. Looks like it's working. Yay. I can't tell if it's working. Yeah, yeah, looks like it's working. Okay. Hello. It's Mandy with Ecstatic Astrology. Trying to make all my OCD folks like real excited about this crooked curtain. No, I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to be all centered. Let's get centered here. I am centered. I'm a centered human. All right. It's new moon in Gemini, and I wanted to talk about it. I've been talking about it all day with clients, and here I am live on Facebook, maybe even YouTube later. It won't be live, but I'm just breathing into what I'm doing right now because it's really weird looking at a camera and talking to the computer and wondering what people are thinking and saying and doing and feeling out there in the world where I'm broadcasting. So anyway, I'm going to share the astrology chart just because I wanna. It's time to. We had the new moon this morning and I'm late. I'm sorry, but I'm doing my best. It was this morning at 5:08 a.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. Maybe a little earlier than that. I've got it a few minutes off actually. Let's get it exact. 5:02 a.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. I've got the chart that I'm showing you here as a zero Aries chart. Let me explain a little. This line is the horizon. And when we're born, for instance, these move over the horizon, the constellations. And in fact, when you're talking about Western astrology and modern astrology, you're not even talking about actual constellations, although they're pretty close. They're not too terribly off. But it's what is rising in the sky when you're born. So Aries is the natural start to the zodiac. So that's why I have an Aries chart. I'm a Cancer rising. So if we were looking at my chart, Cancer would be over here on the horizon. That's just a quick little thing here. What do I believe about astrology? I do a spiel because I like to do spiels, and I think that it's a very good way of tracking patterns in your life. Chicken or the egg, I don't know if the stars reflect what's going on down here, or if we reflect what's going on in the stars, microcosm, macrocosm, yada, yada, yada. It helps with life. That's just what I feel. And I like to get my hands on stuff and feel validated and understand the world. And this is just a really good, it's like, oh, it's Monday. Oh, it's new moon day, that kind of thing. So new moons are planting seeds, new cycles, the beginning of one. And today is a new moon in Gemini. Oh, sweet Gemini. Geminis are the tricksters, right? Geminis, the twins. It is two sides to a coin. That's Gemini. And it's how we think, it's how we communicate, it's how you speak about life, it's how you take in information as well. And so when we have a new moon in Gemini, we're talking about a new cycle in this area of life. What else can I say about Gemini? Well, we have Mercury there as well today, which is really auspicious, I would say. And Mercury is now an evening star. Mercury changes. That's when it goes retrograde. It can be an evening or a morning star. So today with Mercury there, we are really dealing with our minds. New ways of thinking about things. And don't we all need that? A new way to think about something, a problem, a goal, a relationship. I enjoy changing my mind. And I think this is a really good time to consider doing that about certain things. Now we have the new moon square to Neptune, kind of a wide orb, but not really. and opposite Jupiter, not exactly, but still enough for me to want to say something about it. We have this thing going on right now, and it's active for a while. It's been active for a while, and it still is, and that's the Jupiter-Neptune square. And let me just go ahead and give you a quick synopsis of what that means. It's the tension between what we know and where our faith is. Pisces and Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the guru. It's the I know, this is what I believe, this is what I know about life. It's higher learning. It's what you believe in enough to teach. Let me put it that way. And then Neptune and Pisces, both of these are in their home signs, is my faith. It's Christ consciousness. It's what my spirit leads me to. It's dreams and hopes and wishes. And these things can be in tension, creative tension. So to me, what this says, especially with the new moon being involved here, is, it could manifest in a way that some information you receive changes what you believe, it challenges what you've always known, this opposition. Could be information that you're putting out does that for someone else. But I think the most important thing to understand during this new moon in Gemini is to speak from honesty and integrity. And I'm going to bring in another thing here, and that's Mars in Cancer. It's connected to Neptune as well. Also a very wide orb, so maybe I won't say that, but it's definitely coming in to oppose Saturn and Pluto very soon. So I'm going to call Mars in Cancer the bitchy vibe, because I'm feeling that. It's very much acting on your emotions, acting on insecurities, acting on your inner world, and it brings this passion up. It's like Old Faithful. I think I might have referenced that before. And it's really coming in to highlight all the work we're doing with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn, which is very much a restructuring, a reimagination of our boundaries, especially imagination here connected to Neptune. Neptune is imagination. To how we've always, restructuring how we've always done things, stepping into power, really standing on top of the mountain. That's the work we're doing. Well, Mars comes in to oppose all of that in Cancer, and it will be exact very shortly. I'll look up that exact. Let me look it up right now. That will be opposing Saturn. First, the moon hits it. Mercury moves into Cancer. So this Cancer vibe is going to be on the table quite heavily, starting even Wednesday. Actually, is it Tuesday that it goes in? Late Tuesday, early Wednesday. But it really moves into an opposition, I'm going to say starting on Monday. We're going to start to get it pretty heavy. But even it being not exactly exact opposition right now, it's still very active. This Mars and Cancer consciousness is pulling on this Saturn-Pluto work that we've been doing. And I have a great example. I've been working a lot on my health and healthy eating in particular, taking care of my body, making it a temple. And there's been nothing more that I wanted to do in the last day or two, but the complete opposite of that. I've wanted to indulge, and it's not something that's been present in my consciousness for quite a while. I've actually been able to maintain a super healthy diet for a while, and with limited kind of veering off of the course, my own goal. And it's just been nearly impossible for me to ignore this act on your feelings, act on your deep insecurities and deep wishes, or even deep need for security. You know, that's not necessarily an insecurity, a need for security. So that's what Mars has been kind of doing to all of us. And I would say just hang on for a little while. It's going to bring something new into your consciousness. So a good new moon intention is going to be maybe a way of structuring our minds so that it allows for this tension. You know, like don't judge yourself so heavily right now. Take in all of the new information that you can with the new moon in Gemini. Consider it, especially if it challenges something you've always believed or known. You know, obviously the Venus in Taurus, Uranus and Taurus stuff is still active with values, but this new moon in Gemini is much more of a thinking situation. Also, daily life and routines can play in here. So I think that's one of the smarter ways to structure new moon intentions is, hey, how can I keep my mind nimble and keep it in an ever I'm thinking of how to adjust yourself to new information, how to always be aware, situational awareness. That's a great phrase to use. And yeah, with Mars in Cancer, I'm going to do, I think, a special live or video on Mars being exactly opposite of Saturn right now, because I think it'll be such a maybe shocking a little bit, but it's going to bubble some emotions to the surface that I don't think we've been dealing with, and it's stuff that we need to deal with in order to create the life we want. You know, it's the South Node trine Neptune, the hopes and dreams that we have, where we want to go. Mars is pointing the way a little bit, but you don't ever, I mean, until you become passionate and angry about something, sometimes you don't even realize that it's there, you know? Sometimes until the emotions bubble to the surface, you don't even know that it's something you need to worry about or include in your blueprints for your life, you know? So stay willing to change your mind on things. It's a really good intention to have for the new moon. I think that's going to be all I need to say for now. I would say just, you know, maybe Wednesday, Mercury is going to join Mars and the moon in Cancer. And so as soon as this new moon in Gemini pops off Wednesday, we get a bigger dose of emotion. So also be easy with others because they're going to be acting on this emotion. Yeah, I think that's the end of what I need to say for this. Keep it short and sweet because I'm already late for the new moon. However, the moon will be in Gemini all tomorrow. I think mostly all. Let me look. So you still have time. Yeah, the moon joins Mercury tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay, so I'm wrong. And then it moves out about noon tomorrow. So up until about noon tomorrow, you have time to ponder your Gemini new moon energy, you know. Set your intention. Gemini is an air sign. You might write something on a piece of paper and throw it like a paper airplane or burn it because that transmutes that physical energy into the air. And depending on where the new moon is in your chart, that would be helpful for you to know how to shape this new intention of ways of thinking of things. So you might take a look at your own chart. Or I'm having a sale up until June 5th, which is Wednesday, when Mercury moves into Cancer, doing this Gemini new moon sale. So get at me. You can buy your stuff during the sale for use later. So if you want to purchase a reading from me, or interpretation, I don't even really like to call them readings anymore, although I'm sure I use a little bit of intuition and woo-woo-ness up here. But I like to call them interpretations, or even meetings or sessions, because we just sit and we talk about where things are in your chart, what's going on in your life, what can the stars illuminate for us, or what new questions can we bring up, what new ideas can we bring up. So that's going on until June 5th. And just message me or email me. You can pretty much get in touch with me on most social media platforms, and email ecstaticastrology@gmail.com. New moon blessings to you. I really hope this week is wonderful, and I hope when I see you at the full moon that we've had an easy Mars in Cancer. All right.